It's the second time that the brand Alpina appears in Watch of the Week this year, and again with the Startimer Pilot Heritage Manufacture. What happened? Well, these days we're seeing a massively enhanced model that got rid of some design issues of the first edition. And now we have it, a large aviation watch with an old school and in my eyes very cool bumper movement and a convincing look. So let's go over the basics of the Alpina Startimer Pilot Heritage Manufacture. We have a case diameter of 42 mm, length lug to lug is 45, height 13 and lug width 22 mm. The watch has a sapphire crystal and inside works the AL709 in-house bumper movement, operating at 28,800 beats with a power reserve of 38 hours. Water resistance is indicated with 100 meters. And again, this watch comes in two versions, steel and gold plated, each limited to 188 pieces. The price is 2,850 euros for the steel version and 2,950 for our goldie. In US dollars, we're looking at 3,040 and 3,190. So, for all of you who haven't seen the first video, little explanation. What's a bumper? Very easy. Imagine an automatic movement with a rotor segment. And this segment cannot rotate freely but is stopped from two sides with little springs. So this rotor segment goes back and forth and sometimes you can feel the bump. Bumper movements were developed as the first automatic movements back in the 20s, had their heydays in the 50s and are now good as unknown. Technically they're not necessary anymore, but we are in the world of mechanical wristwatches, so we're kind of romantic people here, and therefore this bumper in my eyes is a big plus. It's like a vintage car really. But let's speak about the design now, about that step forward. The last limited edition of the Startimer I called brutalistic because the case there appeared very dominant, very edgy. And this because of the pure dial without numerals, with very simple indices. And the case simply had more impact than the dial. And this was my only minus if I recall correctly, and now that's fixed. The little show-off in me wants to believe that Alpina has seen that video, and the plan was to title this video, "Did I Influence Alpina?" But at the end it doesn't matter, right? Now we have numerals, now we have that railroad track, now we have that loom that works so well in combination with the grainy blue on the dial. Note that the numerals are not loomed, by the way, they are silver colored. And I think the winner here clearly is the steel version, way more contrast, and the steel goes in my eyes much better with the rather tooly dial elements. So overall a crazy development towards a complete watch. Convincing dial design that stands out in combination with case form and crown position, and of course the beautiful movement as something that brings history into the piece, history with taste and pure beauty, I must say. I mean, that's just a wonderful look here. And now I remember my second piece of criticism, the price. I found the price last time too high. In this case here, I'm not sure. Alpina is rather a mid-tier brand, but with a good heritage, and this piece stands out, even surrounded by strong competitors. My only personal minus now is the size of 42 mm, which is too big for my slender wrist, but that's of course not your problem. So ladies and gentlemen, that's all about our Startimer here. Thank you very much for your attention and see you next Monday to Watch of the Week.